The game of the night came from the NBA as the Lakers were taking on the Rockets for the second time in 3 days. The Lakers are the only unbeaten team on the road in the league, and it is because they do things like this. Anthony Davis says to James Harden, get that out of here. Lakers had 4 blocks in the first quarter. That's KCP 3. Lakers up 21 after 1. This was never a game. There was one moment worth seeing, though. Just keep your eye on LeBron. He's going to dish it, then he's going to go to the corner and watch as he puts up the 3. He's the only one in the building not watching it. Take another look. We'll show you. The bench goes crazy, and here's why. LeBron would score 26 on the night, but this was definitely the highlight moment. Watch, everyone on the court is watching the ball except LeBron, who just turns and says, oh, yeah, I got this. And in it goes. Lakers win at 117-100. Deshaun Watson was there taking in all the action. James Harden, meanwhile, not happy and couldn't hold it in anymore.
We're just not good enough. We don't. Obviously, chemistry, talent-wise, just everything, and it was clear. I love this city. I literally done everything that I can. The situation is crazy. It's something that I don't think can be fixed. So, thanks.
I can't be more direct than that. Don't think can be fixed. So here's Woj. Woj, what happens now? This has been going on now for months. Where are we with regard to a James Harden trade?
Greeny, Houston continues to talk with teams about a Harden trade. They would do one right now if there was a deal in place that they felt gave them maximum value, that ultimately was as good as anything they could get for him. But they've worked with James Harden. They've talked about the teams he would like to go play for. Brooklyn, Philadelphia at the top of that list. Listen, this is uncomfortable for the Rockets. They have a first-year general manager and Rafael Stone. I think people around the league want to test a new GM, but what they've seen from him so far is that he is holding to what he has been consistently told teams. Here is the kind of package I want for a player of James Harden's magnitude, and I'm going to keep working you guys until I get it. And as uncomfortable as this is, what would be much worse for the organization would be to sell themselves short on a trade package. This is a long-term decision that's going to set up the future of this organization, and I think they're willing to live through what is going on right now until they can get that deal, but they would like to get it done as soon as possible.
No, but the living through piece makes sense because he has multiple years left on his deal, so there isn't really a rush here, and he can't do anything but continue to play in the interim. Meanwhile, you mentioned one of the teams that he wants to go to is Brooklyn. The Nets have their own problems. By now, most are probably aware of Kyrie Irving, his absence, the video that was circulating yesterday on Twitter and other places of him apparently at a birthday party, maskless. The team put out a statement, or the general manager put out a statement yesterday. Let me show it to you here from Sean Marks. We are aware of a video on social media featuring Kyrie at a family gathering. We are reviewing the circumstances with both Kyrie and the NBA in order to determine compliance with health and safety protocols. Kyrie will have the opportunity to address his absence when he is ready to do so. Well, we at this point have no idea when that might be. But Woj, you were telling us earlier that at this point, when he may return has sort of gotten out of his hands a little bit. Explain that to the fans.
Well, it's in the league's hands now, and they're going to decide if there is a violation of the COVID protocol by going to that gathering with so many people in an enclosed area and no masks. He's looking at, possibly or perhaps even likely a quarantine of an extended period of time. Loss of salary would be about $410,000 a game for each game he misses because of that incident. And so right now, him wanting to come back and play, or the Nets wanting him back, it is not in their hands because of that video. Don't expect to see Kyrie Irving back perhaps through next week if the league rules against him on that.
And again, there doesn't seem to be any indication of when he wants to in the first place. Woj, outstanding as always. Thank you. We will keep you close, and we'll see if anything develops on Harden today. Meanwhile, let me run the floor through some of the other NBA action from yesterday. Joel Embiid, 45 points and 16 rebounds. The Sixers hung on to beat the Heat in overtime. Danny Green matched the Sixers record with 9 threes. He scored 29. Mike Scott added 16 in the win. Elsewhere, the Pacers held off Steph Curry and the Warriors 104-95. So Indiana improves to 7-4 on the season. Miles Turner had 22 and 12 for the Pacers. Steph Curry finished with 20 for Golden State. And Kevin Durant had 34 points, 13 assists, 9 boards. Bruce Brown made a huge contribution starting for the absent Kyrie Irving, and the Nets rallied from 18 down to beat Denver. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.